I'm trying to order the material, but then it has a natural chaos as well.
The way you go about making something has to be very deliberate.
There is a place for objects that are made by head, hand, and heart and are used that way. I'm a sculptor.
I'm a silversmith.
I'm a glassmaker.
I am a potter.
I suppose I'm a maker.
For me, stone is the bone structure of the earth. That it's something that it's alive to me. When I use a hammer and a chisel, there is so much I can do. There's so much strength that I can put on it. My body is so well trained and so well understand what the stone is, that I feel that my body knows certain things that is almost impossible even for me to explain intellectually. My name is Boaz Vaadia. I'm a sculptor. I work with stone as my main material. I've been in this studio since '89, and we are located in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. The style of my work, it's really started early in my life. I grew up on a farm in Israel with great, great love to Mother Earth. And I always wanted to do work that somehow evoke in the viewer that connection to Mother Earth. I decided to be a sculptor when I was about 12, 13 years old. It really wasn't that I decided to do it. It's I recognized that that's who I am. I lie about my age and went to art school that you were supposed to be 16 when I was about 14 and a half, 15. And I study art really pretty much academical, studio art where I study a lot of figures and so on. I started working in Israel, I did shows, and I was very lucky to be recognized, and I got a grant from the America-Israel Culture Foundation to come to the United States and continue my exploration. And I started to travel the world. I recognized that that primal connection to the earth is actually a very universal feeling. When I came to New York from the farm where I grew up, where I had my first studio in a converted chicken coop, I was very concerned that that move would destroy that connection that I had to the earth. And within a very, very short period of time, I recognized the urban environment of New York as natural as the environment I grew up in. We are one of these creatures that live on this earth, and urban environment is one of our natural habitat. I came to New York in '75, and all the side work in New York were old bluestone, and they were ripping them up and replacing them with concrete side work. So I went out with my shopping cart and picked up that material that, they were throwing it away. Bluestone is formed naturally by layers, and every single time that I tried to create a shape, it would go to those layers within the stone. I remember it very clearly. There was a moment where instead of fighting the materials I was working with, I kind of surrendered myself to what the materials allow me to do with it. I feel that the stone have a force that is inherent in it. And so when I work, I really try to work by releasing that. That did a lot of abstract. And then in 1984, I decided that I would try to do figurative work with it. It was quite an exciting moment for me when I recognized that I actually can go back to figurative work and still have the respect of the way that bluestone and slate are formed in nature. The big pieces were basically bluestone, the small pieces are slate from slate roof shingles. When my pieces are in my studio are finished, they actually have to be stacked together and held up by gravity. If you look at the poses of my work, they're all very meditative. There is no limbs and things that can get off balance because of that rule. It's the respect to what I understand about the materials I'm working with. I've been blessed by being successful commercially. I show my work was always been appreciated. And I really believe it's because I was building up on every single understanding I had. Another layer of understanding and another layer of understanding, the same as I do it in my work. They are really universal figure. They can be anybody. A lot of them can be a man or a woman. A lot of them can be any race. They're just about the idea of the human figure. I hope that allow the viewer to input his history into my work. I really believe that the finished work of art is the exchange between the piece I finish and the viewer. That exchange is where the artwork exists.